Let's see Paul Allen's mods. Oh my god.
Hello modders guys and gals, we've got another mod guide on how to completely overhaul Riften. Stick around because it only gets more spicy towards the end. First off is JK's Riften Outskirts made by JK. This adds a few new buildings, objects around the gates of Riften, gives it that more realistic feel and clud compared to the original Skyrim, which was very empty with only the stables to the right side of the gate. Now a side by side comparison to show you exactly what I mean. As you can see, there's literally nothing at the front gates of Riften. This mod completely changed this. It's a must download mod to make it more lived in and a cramped feeling. Now the Riften docks. The Riften docks overhaul and Riften 3D changes the whole docks with the modern coat of paint to make it more next gen. The docks overhaul and newer features for a more immersive game and change the interiors for the better. These mods just completely revamp all of Riften. It's just so much better. There's just so much more things inside the city centre and the outskirts. I mean, it looks like a complete different game by downloading all of these mods. This is probably one of the bigger mod packs I've done on a video. Now let's go! Get the animated ships, I will post below. If you want another great mod for immersion and realism, isn't included in this list, but if you want them, I will put them in the description below for you. But it completely overhauls the entire exterior of Riften, these mods. Well, the first mods do anyway. These are just the docks and the exterior. Makes it more next gen, and it just changes the retextures the entire docks anyway, and adds more interiors to the docks. I haven't shown much of it, but the first mod on the docks mods does change just the whole layout and what you can do inside the docks. Now we've got the Riften Fishing Shack. This is by Sindal and gives you a cozy little hut to relax in after a long day adventuring. No loading screens, which is great because you can see the city of Riften and its docks from the windows, which most mods don't have. They actually just have the mod where it's an interior and a loading screen, but this is quite cool because you can actually see Riften from the windows and you can just fish. I mean, like I said, if you're bored after a long day of adventuring around Skyrim, then you can come here, sit back, relax. It's a nice little cozy cabin to blow some steam. I know this mod and the Ruska mod that's coming up next are not very compatible with each other because the outside, the fences are kind of like intertwined, but it still looks pretty good. I mean, you kind of have to jump over the fence to get into this place, but it's only a low down fence, so personally I'll just keep them together because it's not that much of a hindrance, but it does look pretty good together. It looks like they actually are made together. Little cooking station, you've got your fishing lines outside, little kitchen area here. And then you've got little decorations like a crab on the wall and plant pots, stuff like that. But it is quite a nice little mod. And then you've also got your weapons in the barrel beside your bed. I mean, none of these are interactive. I mean, obviously the chair is, but the rest of it isn't. This is Ruska. This is made by Eleanor. It's a playhome located just outside Riften. And it's a small little cottage home for an indie adventurer. Probably one of the nicest little playhomes in my opinion. It's only small, but it's definitely cozy. Remember, my game may look different to yours depending on what texture packs you've installed, so some of the things may look different compared to your game. I've said that in the past, but they will look different. So if you download the same texture packs as I've got, I think I've got Skyland, AIO, and Noble's texture pack. I've got Noble's texture pack installed after Skyland, so it's probably for this desired look anyway. And then I'll also show you another texture pack you can get that's just for Riften, which is quite nice actually, and it's parallax as well, which is pretty cool. And now you've got a little bedroom as well with all your gear in here and your clothing hanging up. It's kind of nice, a little wardrobe area. So it is a nice little tiny little playhome. Most playhomes are quite large, but this is quite a nice little cozy one. Now we've got the Riff Leaves by the Milk Drinker. It's only a small little mod that aesthetically changes the exterior and interior of Riften. So you get leaves in the canal and you also get them outside as well, which is quite nice. It's just all around all of Riften. It's a mod we definitely didn't think we needed, but we definitely did in the end. Now we've got the Riften Extension Southwoods District by K-Space. Now this completely changes the other side of Riften. As you can see, it's a modded versus vanilla side by side, and Riften had literally nothing out here. It was just completely empty, completely barren. But now we've got like 3 or 4 buildings, and most of them are accessible. You can go inside, and there's also a player store where you can go and buy items as well, which I'll be showing you very soon. Adds a whole new district to Riften. It's better than just nothing being here. It's like an expansion to Riften, but with no loan screens other than the buildings you can go inside, and there's a whole set of new players. Fallen Leaves in Riften by Shadow just adds a little aesthetic to the Riften area. As you can see, there's just little leaves flying about the area, and you might not be able to see it too great, but you can just see little leaf particles, which just makes it that much more aesthetically pleasing in Riften. It only adds it to Riften, but I mean, Riften's the only place that has these kind of trees, that has these kind of fallen leaves. But yeah, it just makes it that much more next gen. It just looks absolutely amazing. But I will be putting these mod links in the description below for you guys to download. But this is the little new vendor that you can download with this mod as well. I mean, it's included in the mod even. And this is like the workers' huts where all the workers go and you bring in wood from outside and take it in. So it's just quite immersive. It's not just a slapped up mod where you've just got guys walking around. But now we're doing the Riften's interior. Now this is vanilla versus modded, so you can see the complete difference. Vanilla's quite washed out looking, there's not very much vibrance to it. But these are the magnificent Riften door replacer SE by Hype 1. This changes the doors around Riften, so you've got the front gate doors and just the regular doors for each building and each home in Riften, which is just so much better than the original door. It kind of looks parallax as well, which is quite nice. I mean, I'm getting a little FPS drop here, but it's still quite decent to look at. This is Snaz Exteriors Riften Snowshod Manor by Gutmore. This one wouldn't work on my Solitude video, but it actually works quite well on here. So this one actually has an exterior for the Snowshod Manor and an interior as well. So the interior Snowshod Manor by Gutmore. Again, this is really nice. Just make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell notification too for more mod videos. But yeah, it completely changes the interior of the Snowshod Manor, and we've also got the Blackbriar Manor as well, which is coming up. But it's better than just the bog standard vanilla, because vanilla's quite boring. There's not really much inside the interiors, but it just adds that little more lived in feeling, next gen feeling. The downstairs is quite dark, I don't know why, but some of these interiors are fairly dark. But I don't know if because it was filmed during like the afternoon, so it was kind of dark. But you get a nice little spa bath in the downstairs as well, which is quite nice. A lot of these mods actually have little baths inside the houses, which is kind of strange. I don't know if it's just because it's Riften, but a lot of them do have baths. But the bedroom here is very nice. I do like the bedroom in this place. But yeah, like I said, it's just better than the vanilla Skyrim. Vanilla Skyrim is quite boring compared to games you get nowadays, where it's just so much more immersive. Now this is the Blackbriar Manor. This is probably better than the Snowshod Manor. The building's a lot larger, so there's a lot more things inside and a lot more things to do inside. But it completely changes the interior, adds more objects, adds more items, instead of it just being barren and bog standard. There's just, I mean, the game came out in what, 2011, and then they've remastered it like 1000 times, but not really much changed with each remaster. I mean, there was a slight graphical difference, but it's not like they changed the cells and the interiors buildings really much. I don't think they did at all. I'm not too sure, but I don't think they did. And the graphics slightly changed, but nothing really changed that much compared to just downloading mods and getting the next gen version. And I know this is probably a long video for you guys to watch just for some mods, but stick around because, like I said at the start of the video, there is some spicy ones at the end that are not safe for work friendly, but you can get them, and I won't show the nude parts of them because it does strip your character down completely nude as soon as you walk in this area, so I had to kind of block the camera off in certain areas just so you won't see some woman's boobies hanging about. So yeah, I will be showing that very soon, but just stick around guys, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and like, and then comment down below what kind of videos you want me to do next, because I mean, I'm fairly new to this. I mean, I've been away for like 10 years and now I'm back just making mod videos, which is completely different from what I used to do. But I'm just doing something I enjoy now, because after a bit I did get a bit bored of making those GTA videos, but I probably will do when GTA 6 comes out, I'm not too sure yet. But this is the magnificent Riften Mistveil Keep Door SE by Hype 1. This just changes the entire front door and the interior of the back side of the door. It is better than vanilla. I have got a side-by-side comparison later in the video that will show you what I mean, but it's just so much better. It's just the graphics on this door just very 4K. I think it's 2K, I don't really remember what it was, but I think I got the 2K version, which is just better than little tiny polygons that just look absolutely awful on the vanilla. Now we've got organic Riften leaves. Now this is only a tiny little misc mod, but it just adds little leaves around Riften on the floor. I mean, there was already leaves on the floor in the game anyway, but this just makes them that much better, and it adds them all around Riften. These mods might knock your FPS down slightly. I think I was getting about 40 FPS in Riften, which some people might say that's absolutely awful. You need to get like 120 or something, but that's fine for me. Blubbos Riften trees 2020. So we've had this guy in the Solitude video, and this just adds more trees around Riften. I don't know if it's lore friendly or whatever because the trees are green, but I think it does look quite nice, and this will obviously tank your FPS very slightly. But like I said, for me, it didn't really knock mine down that much. I was getting from 60 FPS to about 40 odd, so it wasn't actually killing the game. But I think this is a well-needed mod. Now, Spaghetti City's Riften by Rubber Skay. This just adds little things farting around Riften. It just adds barrels, little containers, little East Empire Company areas in the floor, like little boxes with East Empire Company. It mainly changes the canals, which we're showing down here. I've got another mod that also changes the canals, so I wasn't quite sure which one was changing it more. But that's Riften Down, a little addition to Riften Canal by Uriel. So this also changes the canals, but I said fuck it, I'll combine them both together, and this is the end result pretty much. So I don't know which one was what, but yeah, I've just added both of them together because they both change the canals, and well, the second one changes the canals, and the first one changes the canals and the upstairs as well, and the Temple of Mara and all that area. This is what the first one does. Now I'll show you a side-by-side comparison in the main Riften City Centre. So we'll have the vanilla and the modded. So obviously my texture packs will completely change the look of it, but you can see the difference between modded and vanilla's Riften. It's completely different. But now we'll have smelters for Riften and Solitude by Cryptocore. There adds 2 smelters inside Riften. As you can see, there's no smelter in vanilla, and in the modded there is. For some reason, Solitude and Riften doesn't have any smelters in it, which is kind of annoying. But this will add that into the game because you need your smelters, don't you? Now this is a HD Riften texture overhaul by Mysterious Storm. So this is that parallaxed texture pack I was going on about earlier. So you probably will need this because it will completely just change the entire interior and the exterior of Riften. So a more realistic 3D looking one. As you can see, look at the walls. Like the walls are like sticking out 3D. That's what the parallax does. So it's just so much better than the vanilla, like I've shown previous. But look at this. It just looks so much more next gen than vanilla Skyrim. It's just so much better. So it's a must-need download for Riften. It probably will tank your FPS slightly, but if you've got a high-end PC or an average one, you probably will be fine, because I've only got a bang average gaming PC, so I'm sure you guys definitely will be able to, because mine's a few years old now, so you guys definitely will be able to run this, unless you've got a potato PC, but I don't know. Now this is a complete burial site overhaul by WizKid. Now WizKid does some amazing mods, so this just changes not only Riften's burial site, but all of the burial sites and all of Skyrim. So it adds like little objects, weapons, shields, you know, just ornamental stuff that people would put, be a lot of their beloved people who've died in their family. So I don't know if they were a warrior, someone put a shield outside the gravestone, or a sword, or a helmet. So it's just so much better than a shitty little boring gravestone. I mean, the vanilla ones didn't really have much on the gravestones, and the graphics on them were awful, so this just adds that much more needed love to the grave sites in all of Skyrim. But you can download this and it'll just completely revamp all of the grave sites, not just Riften's. But if you're looking for a Riften overhaul mod, you might as well get this, because the main thing in Riften is the graveyard, because you will probably be going this way when you want to do the Thieves Guild quest line, so you probably will be going through this way quite a lot, so you will want something to completely change it, because you will notice it. Right now, the main attraction, we've got all the shops in the main building. So this JK's the Pawn Prawn by JK. So this is the Pawn Prawn interior customization mod. It basically just changes all of the interior of the Pawn Prawn. I mean, I've said before in my past videos that all these luminous like bottles of potions are not included. This is a separate mod. I think it's called animated no, it's not animated potions. It's another one anyway, but if you want to know how to get it, I will put in the comments below. Well, this just adds more things inside the interior, more lived in feeling, because like I've said a million times now, that the regular vanilla Skyrim doesn't really have much inside any interior. It's just bog standard. It's just because it's an old game, ain't it? I mean, it came out in what, 2011, like I've said. So there's not really much inside, because it's just trying to cater for that FPS, because the old consoles couldn't do it. Now this is Riften Bathhouse by Daniel Kelly. So this is a not safe for work one, so I had to be kind of careful showing this one, because as soon as you come in, I mean, you seen that guy come out then, he was actually holding his knob basically. So I've got to be careful showing this one, but it's basically just a bathhouse where you can go inside, sit back, relax, and just blow off a little bit of steam. I mean, as soon as you walk through those little flaps there, your guy will go fully nude, and I've got one of the mods where it makes your characters fully nude and everyone else. So I had to be somewhat careful of showing this one, but I've kind of panned the angle slightly so you can't really see anything. But this is a must-need mod. I mean, I don't think there is any other bathhouses that kind of look quite like this. I mean, there's like a Dwemer thing up there, but that's another texture pack that changes the Dwemer. That's kind of why I like it. It's a red colour. But this is a must-need mod. I mean, it's kind of just nice and cozy just to chill out after a long day of adventuring. Because, yeah, this is JK's The Bee and Barb by JK. So JK is a big mod name in the mod community because he does a lot of interiors. I mean, everyone's probably downloaded his mods by now. So this is changes the interior of The Bee and Barb. So the Bee and Barb, if you remember, there wasn't really much in it. But this adds just not too much things, but it adds a few more miscellaneous things knocking about the entire of the pub. And I think it adds more food on the tables. And then the back rooms are also included. So I think you've got like a little oven thing with little toasties inside it. And that fireplace, I don't remember that fireplace being there. There's a bit more ornaments knocking about the walls. So it feels more lived in, more cozy, more atmospheric, because vanilla Skyrim is just quite bland. There's not really much to it, and the colour palette for the game is quite weird actually. It's just a grayscale, so it doesn't look very nice, but this just makes it so much better. So this is a must. All of JK's mods are must download. Now this is the Temple of Mara by JK. So this one is kind of glitched out for me. This was the only one in the entire of all these mods that was kind of glitched. Comment down below if yours was, if you download it. But the back walls there, there's like black curtain things, and it's like a black glitched out curtain where you can walk through it and it kind of disappears at some angles. So I wasn't too quite sure why he was doing that on my game, but you can see here on the left and the right there's like black curtain things. I don't even know what you even call them, but from this angle you couldn't see them, so it's kind of weird. But overall the mod itself is quite nice, and it does change a lot in the Temple of Mara. So when you will be getting married, it's just that much better. Because the other one, like every other Skyrim vanilla building, there's not really much in it. So it just adds more ornaments in the rooms. And this little walkway adds like books and a few more things inside it. So this is another must download mod from JK. Again, JK just awesome. These mods are really good. So this is JK game, Mistveil Keep. That's vanilla and this is modded. So we'll go look inside here. Now this is the Jarl's area. So usually JK adds a lot of mannequins with armour inside of the Jarl's bits, but this one doesn't actually have any. I think there's more animals on the walls and more animal statues around the place, but there's not really many mannequins, because I've noticed he does like to add a lot of mannequins in the Jarl sections, but there isn't many here at all. I don't think there's any here at all, but this just looks so much better than the original Skyrim. I mean, there's just so much more things going on here. I mean, there is no people to kind of make it look more lived in looking, but because it was night time, so all the characters would definitely be in bed. But it changes the little apothecary area as well. So it just changes everything, even the bedrooms. I mean, for some reason, I think the actual Jarl's bedroom in here is like a single bed, because when I was having a look around in the back, I couldn't really see. And usually the Jarl's you'd think they'd have some big luxurious bed, but I only could find single beds in the back. So I don't know if I couldn't find his bedroom or what, but I just couldn't. So it just changes the entire of Mistveil Keep. To be honest, I didn't actually even check the outside, because I don't know if it does change the outside, but yeah, I don't think it does, to be honest with you. I didn't even check, but yeah, it just changes the entire interior anyway. But I don't think JK's mods changes the exterior, I'm not too sure. But yeah, you can see there's animal mannequins, or I forgot the name of them, but they were like stuffed animals just here. So I don't know who the fuck would like to stuff a troll. It'd be kind of horrible to do that, because I can imagine the skin's all horrible and like slime. I don't know what I'm going on about here, but yeah, let's get to the next mod. Now we're coming up to the end of the video, but this is JK's Haelga's Bunkhouse by JK. So he just does every single interior for every sea, but the only ones I've noticed he haven't been doing are like the characters' houses. So I couldn't find any character house mods other than the Snowshod Manor and the Blackbriar Manor for Riften. I know Snazzy does other people's houses, but there is no actual mods to change the interior of just the NPC's houses. There's not many at all on the Nexus. But I feel like that should be a mod someone should make, where it changes all of the NPCs' houses as well, not just the actual stores and like the odd main area like a prison cell or anything like that. But I think we definitely need mods like that just so we can completely change all of Skyrim and not just a majority of it. But Haelga's Bunkhouse, it is quite nice. I mean, it doesn't add too much, but it adds just a well-needed next-gen revamp to it. Now, this is Elgrim's Elixirs, so you can definitely tell the difference in this one. So it adds more stuff inside the interior, more like cloves of garlic, leaves, and rabbits hanging around from the ceiling, and pheasants, stuff like that. More seats, and yeah, it's just so much better than the original. I mean, it changes the entire actual layout of the buildings. That's why I quite like JK's mods. They do change the layouts of each building he does anyway, so it does feel like a complete new game and a new area even. So you don't even, especially if you've played vanilla Skyrim, you can completely tell the difference from JK's mods compared to vanilla Skyrim's areas, because as soon as you walk through the front door, it's like a whole new area, when realistically it's just the same place. It's just been completely remodeled and redesigned. So that's why JK's mods are actually quite awesome. So now we're pretty much at the end of the video, guys, so just make sure you subscribe and comment down below and hit that like button and the bell notifications for more. The last mod that's coming up is the Ragged Flagon by JK. So while that's showing in the background, I'll just speak to you guys. So yeah, just like I said, just make sure you subscribe and comment down below what mods videos you want me to do next. If you want me to do any city mods, I mean, I'm going to carry on this little playlist of city mods because I quite enjoy doing this. Actually, it was a great request from a subscriber. I'm pretty sure it was. I think it was probably a very good idea because I wasn't too quite sure what to make, but this is a very good idea because there's so many cities to go through and towns. So I will help you guys mod your Skyrim, or if you just like to enjoy looking at mod videos, this is the kind of content you like, just go ahead and just watch these videos. But I will be trying to upload as regularly as possible, but I do work quite a lot, and I mean if it's possible, I would love to make this my full-time job, but that's just not very possible at the moment because I do need to get a lot bigger. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Adios.